What's up, people? It's your boy D-Raw, the Connoisseur, bringing you another episode of the Houston Sports Connoisseurs podcast. I got Trey on the podcast, or T-Walk.
Why I say that?
You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen him in about 2 weeks, so shit, he almost like Trey again, huh, people? Hey, don't forget to seek, listen, and learn to be a sports connoisseur just like me, your boy D-Raw, the Connoisseur. Today, we're going to talk about the recap on the conference championships games, the Ravens, Chiefs, Detroit Lions, and the 49ers. And then we're going to talk about who's in the Pro Bowl and who probably should be in the Pro Bowl. Also, I want to touch on some college basketball, some NBA around the NBA, and then give y'all the weekly Rockets update. So let's get to it. Man, that Chiefs and Ravens game, I already had said that the Ravens was going to lose this game. I know it was a lot of people out there on the hype train for Lamar because they had such a good season. But after they whooped my Texans the way they did, and I broke them down and analyzed them, I already seen that the Ravens weren't going to make it to the Super Bowl.
I think the same thing on that. Well, to be honest, I thought the Ravens probably would have made it to the Super Bowl. It's just that when I see this score, I just want to be trying to figure out. I didn't watch the game because I was after my Texas loss. Couldn't do it no more. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the whole thing is like Kansas City ain't been known for their defense, and I'm pretty sure we have a better defense than them. They probably got a better defensive line than us. Probably a little bit different on how they probably stop Lamar. But the whole point is what did the Kansas City really do better than the Texans?
I think overall, looking at the game, Kansas City D-line did play better. I think Chris Jones, bro, he is a game changer, especially going against somebody like Lamar because it puts pressure right down the middle. On the outside, I really can't say who they got, on the ends and stuff like that. But they got L'Jarius Sneed. He plays solid at corner. We know they got our former safety up top. I forgot bro name, Reed. They got Justin Reed up there, and he played pretty solid too. You know what I'm saying? They got some pieces, bro. Some people that we didn't expect to flourish on the defensive side. But I'll tell you this. Offensively, this is the worst Kansas City offense that we done seen in the last 6 years that Mahomes been going to the AFC Championship.
6 years or 3 years?
I'll say the last 6 years.
Tyreek Hill left.
Not even as far as worst, this year's offense is the worst.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Defense wise, it's probably the best defense they ever had.
Really?
For real. As far as making plays, turning the ball over, doing bro, they ain't never had no cornerback like L'Jarius Sneed or L'Jarius Sneed, however you say his name.
They ain't never been known for their cornerbacks at all.
You know what I'm saying? So to do what they did against Lamar, I would say it was crazy to see it happen, but I knew it would happen because the Ravens offense is one-dimensional, to be honest. If you look at it, bro, how they beat the Texans had sacked Lamar 3 times. You know what I'm saying? In this game, Lamar got sacked 4 times. So the Texans sacked him 3 times. The Chiefs sacked him 4 times. So the game was right there in the Texans' hands. He actually had a better game against Kansas City as far as passing, 272, 1 TD, 1 interception, versus what he did against the Texans. Everything he did against the Texans was on the ground. Now, the sad part about the Ravens team is everything runs through Lamar. From passing, hell, he passed the ball to himself in that game. If you was watching the game, you probably missed that part. But he passed the ball to himself in that game. He's the leading rusher for the team, not only in the playoffs or in the game, but throughout the whole season. He got the most rushing yards for the whole team.
I believe since he's been with them, he's been the leading rusher. Maybe other than one time, I believe. But other than that, yeah, that's...
You know what I'm saying?
So the offense designed around him.
Yeah, so we look at that.
You
shut down Lamar Jackson running ability, and you keep him in the pocket. When he get pressure, he don't know how to just stand up in the pocket or move up in the pocket and throw the ball and hit the spot. He start backing up. He start moving backwards and stuff.
Yeah, because if he moved backwards, I'm sorry not to cut you off on that, but if he start moving backwards, he know that if they start pursuing him, he have a better chance to run and use his speed.
Yeah, but see what I noticed about Lamar though, sometimes he don't know when to run. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he start backing up and he got the pressure in his face. That's when he should really start running or look for a hole.
I don't think it's that. I think it's the NFL and more of the team and the coaches want him to be this pocket quarterback so bad to where he's trying not to run when he know he could run.
Yeah.
But he just not, like in that Texas game, he could. It's plenty. Yeah, he had about 100, almost 150 yards, somewhere around that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, bro. That team had with like 200 some yards rushing on us.
Exactly, but in the same time, it was plenty more times in that game he could have ran, but chose not to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, they're trying to make him what he's not.
But to be honest, I think we're far enough along his book, his chapter, this first chapter, the second chapter, whatever. We count the chapters by seasons. We done seen enough of Lamar to say that him running the ball is not gonna help him win in the postseason. He gonna have to learn how to sit in the pocket sometime and deliver the ball and strike from deep, strike a deep shot or something like that and be accurate.
That is it. It's understandable because if you don't give your receivers plays and have them get them involved in the game, then when it comes to big games or better teams, there's no way that you'll win these games because all they know if they gonna know you're gonna run and you're not getting your receivers open.
Yeah.
How the team's getting better.
Yeah, because you look back at this Chiefs and Ravens game, bro. The Ravens just put 8 in the box and they knew where to go, what holes to hit, and they was there stopping the run. And then they forced them to pass. Now, granted, the Ravens had plenty of opportunity to actually probably win this game or at least take this game into overtime, but they kept shooting themselves in the foot because it was one play, Zay Flowers, he was the most dominant receiver they had, 115 yards receiving, 1 TD, but he could have had 2 TDs. One of the plays, he got in the red zone.
I heard he fumbled.
And he fumbled. You know what I'm saying? But before that play, he had got a big pass. He caught a big pass, and he caught it on Snead. And when he caught it on Snead, he got up, he spun the ball on Snead, in Snead's face, pushed Snead down into the dirt, and then stood over and flexed. And I was like, bro, first off, they wouldn't win in the game. Number 2, it's just dumb as fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? You doing shit to hurt your team already. And then you go to the end zone and you about to catch a touchdown or whatever, you running it, and then you fumble. And Snead knocked the ball out.
So, like I said, I didn't watch this game, but I kind of knew already where the game was going to go comes NFL. Now, to be honest, I don't really too much believe in the scripted thing, but then something just doesn't make sense on how these games be going. And a lot of people be exposing it and on TikTok, and we all think about it, we see it. And now the NFL become more of a sports betting thing, and sports really just now is big on betting, it's kind of a little bit obvious that we don't want, Vegas don't want to lose this money, and NFL teams can profit off this as well. And it kind of makes sense. So when I heard, going back to the Zay Flowers part, I said I seen it on ESPN come up on my phone about him fumbling at the goal line. I'm like, fumble at the goal line? Like, who actually fumbles at the goal line other than a running back?
Well, I can tell you this, bro. The way that game went, I don't really feel like it was scripted. I mean, a Ravens fan would probably say that, but when he fumbled the ball at the goal line, it was punched out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was given to them. They actually just made a play and punched it out. Now, people, we want to go ahead and move on from this game and go to the next game. What's up, people? It's your boy D-Raw, the Connoisseur, here to show you this HSC gear. Get your apparel so you can stay cool or stay warm, however you want to do it. But do it as a connoisseur. We got socks, too, for them feet. We got it all, baby. Come get it. 10% off right now. That Lions game, bro, I'm all with you about a script,
that
bro.
One too, cause
I'm all with you about a script.
I was at the gym and I saw that, and I'm looking at they already up 14 or 17 points. I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, this might be the Lions year. Like, they ain't been to an AFC Championship game, they ain't made the playoffs in this long, and this is that. I'm like, damn, this gonna be a real little good talk for the next year.
It was 24-7 at the half, bro. 24-7.
And they was stopping. They was stopping the run pretty well. Like, don't get me wrong, what's name still running the ball hard and heavy. I seen him running that bitch hard and heavy. I'm sorry, excuse me. But and I'm looking at Purdy struggling to throw this ball. I'm like, ain't no way San Francisco win this game. Then I leave the gym and I come back. probably what 30 minutes to later to an hour. They like San Francisco won by 3 points. I'm like, ain't no way they just did that. Ain't no way.
Purdy went out there somehow. He cleaned up his game. He went 20 for 31, 267, 1 TD, 1 interception. Jared Goff somehow just got worse in the second half. 25 for 41, 273, 1 TD. No interceptions though. They both were sacked 2 times. But the one thing that really started to kill him is Christian McCaffrey got going. But the Lions did what I expected them to do. I expected the Lions to have a good run game. There's really no way you're going to stop CMC, bro. You know what I'm saying? McCaffrey is just really a different dog out there. But overall, man, to be up 24-7, first off, the first mistake I seen when the Lions could have went up 27-7 or something like that. I forgot what the score was. But why did Dan Campbell decide that, oh, we're going to go for it on 4th down? Y'all was up, bro, by 2 touchdowns. You up by 2 touchdowns. Who goes for it on 4th down?
What was that at on the field though?
They was about midfield. No, they wasn't. They were somewhere close enough to kick a field goal. They was in field goal range for sure.
How long we talking about? 40, 50?
It might have been about 40 yards or something. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Rather here or there.
I understand it. You're right. It's no point.
You up by 2 possession scores.
Might as well either kick the field goal or just punt the ball. And when you said that, it brought me a flashback about the Texans game.
This game is just like that game when we played the Chiefs, bro. It was something real similar. Remember Bill O'Brien decided that we was gonna what he did, a fake punt or something like that? It was a fake punt, bro. And we was up by what?
We was up 24.
24-0.
24-0.
So this is the same scenario. This guy, he's up 2 touchdowns. And he said, you know what, man? I'm going to go ahead and go for this for it on 4th down, 4th and short or whatever. And they didn't get it.
And, hold on, I'm sorry. I want to say this because I thought about that so many times. And then when you brought up this part about them going forward on the 4th down, when they could have kicked the field goal or just punted the ball, it made me think about the movie Longest Yard. When they was up, beating the shit out of them. They go halftime, and what they do, the prison ward decide to go to what's his name and tell him throw this game.
Yep, bro. So that's how I felt, man. Like we said, first half it was what 24-7. Halftime, Vegas called and be like, hey man, y'all need to switch up this game. We need the Niners to get in there and win or something. Somebody must have had a whole lot of money on this game because more than half of America wanted the Lions to win this game. I'll be honest. I had wanted the Lions to win this game.
I wanted to see that. I wanted to see their story. I'm tired of looking at San Francisco, and I'm tired of looking at Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback as people will look at him as.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like right now, it's really hard to say he's not because he done been at 6 AFC championships. They done won 4 of them.
But then, like we saying now. They built this franchise in the NFL. He's the face of the NFL.
He is. He on every NFL commercial.
Exactly. It was just almost like a Tom Brady thing. And I feel like they're trying to make this.
That's what they doing.
Like a Tom Brady.
He's replacing Tom Brady, bro.
And I don't like that. I don't like that.
And honestly, at this point, like statistically, we looking at the stats and stuff. He's about to supplant Tom Brady.
And I don't really think. I think that's why I believe in a small way the game could be scripted. Only because I don't think players are too much aware of it. Some players probably aware it's more. It's deeper within the coaching and
it's coming from the top. Yeah. I mean, I honestly
now. So when the play calls happen, some players be probably like what? And you know what? Because I saw it earlier today. When I was on YouTube, I was looking at something Marshawn Lynch said again. He spoke about it again.
You know, and when you said something about it, was the first thing I thought about when they was at the goal line and Russell Wilson went out there and threw that ball, bro, and they didn't run it. Like
Marshawn Lynch said, he was like, when they was in the huddle and they called the play call, and they were like, what? And then when it happened, everybody was just, disappointed. He was like, he took his helmet off. He said he went to Pete Carroll and said, aha, in his face. Now, I don't know if he really did. I got to go back and look at it for a fact. Or he was just saying that that's what he probably would have do. Yeah. But it's just like some things just doesn't make any sense about how these games are be going.
It don't, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop saying on that.
But you know what? Like, at the beginning of the season, I did pick the 49ers as the team to go to the Super Bowl. So I guess I was right about that. But when we got to the playoffs and I seen how the Lions was playing, I really wanted the Lions to go because they never been to a Super Bowl. This was the first time they would made it to the playoffs and won a game since 91, 92. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that would have been like great for NFL, viewership and all that.
What's up? So let's get the Lions let's get the Lions a round of applause for what they did.
Oh yeah,
they did what the Texans had not done yet, made the AFC Championship. Even though they had been in the league longer, but still they did it. So that's Lions. They should be happy. Detroit should be happy for what their team has done.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, damn, bro, we was right there, and our coach just blew it. Oh, and then look, I didn't get to the second time. So the Lions was down in the fourth quarter. They was down by 3. It was like 24-27 or something like that. Once again, bro, they could have kicked the field goal. They was in red zone range, and your boy decided to go for it on 4th down again. It was like 4th and 2 or something. He went for it again. They failed. So now they still down. Mind you, San Francisco, they already got some momentum going because of the last time what the Lions did try going 4th down. So San Francisco right in the game. They got the oil. They driving now. This guy, he decides, you know what? We ain't going to go for the tie. We're just going to go ahead and try again on 4th down. Fail again. San Francisco scored a touchdown. And that's where the Lions really lost the game at this point. But once again, why go for it on 4th, bro? Tie the game, bro.
I'm hearing you. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I think that's where it's hard on the coach. Us as fans always want sometimes our coach to be aggressive, not be afraid. I'm one of those people. I'm like, man, do this.
Yeah, but sometimes the right place at the right time.
Sometimes you just gotta take your chance. And from I'm hearing it, okay, obviously it wasn't our team, so I could be biased on this. And maybe if it was our team, maybe I probably wouldn't mind it. And if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But same time, like sometimes you gotta take your chances. And I feel since they made it this far, and I feel as a coach, if they made it this far, we having a great season. Let's take a chance. We don't matter if it don't happen, don't happen. If it's gonna follow him regardless, anyway. They ain't gonna fire him. Yeah, they ain't gonna fire him.
They ain't gonna fire him because they ain't been to this stage in 30 years or ever. But if they was like a reoccurring playoff team, say they had went to the playoffs like the last 2 years, he probably would have got fired, bro. The stuff he was calling, bro, was very fireable offenses, dog. Like for real.
Okay, so I want to say this last thing on this though. Marking words on this one, I'm saying San Francisco is going to win the Super Bowl. I feel like even though Patrick Mahomes the face of the NFL, I feel like they about to make this story of Brock Purdy being this 6th round pick, going to the Super Bowl, taking his team to a Super Bowl and win. Mm-hmm. Could he be the next Tom Brady? That's gonna be an ESPN discussion. They gonna say it. They gonna say it. And we know it's written all over Stephen A.'s face, and they got his little script ready for him to say it. And it's gonna be loud and this and that.
Yeah,
you already know.
So to be honest, bro, I am taking San Francisco in this game too. They are favored by 2 points, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's really hard to ride with the other team when Kansas City is the underdog. It really is. But I would like to see San Francisco win this game. Not only because, such a good season they having, and I like to see Christian McCaffrey get a ring and other things like that, but also because the first time they played each other, what was it, like 3 or 4 years ago, when Garoppolo was the quarterback, they had the game in the bag. I think it was the first time Mahomes went to the Super Bowl, and they played the Chiefs. And that boy Garoppolo was blowing the game in the second half, bro. He was out there missing passes, bro.
Why it's always be the second half shit? It's always the second half shit.
Hey, I remember I was watching the game and I was like, oh shit, touchdown. Garoppolo, he just overthrows. Man, who was the receiver at that time, bro? I can't remember. He overthrew the receiver.
Was it Ted Ginn?
Nah, it wasn't Ted Ginn. It was it was somebody else, bro. We're gonna have to revisit that, but.
Another note, I just want to say this real quick.
Emmanuel, what's the dude? Emmanuel, I think it was Emmanuel something.
Sanderson. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been that. I forgot about they even played each other back then. I don't like. I don't like the Chiefs. So never did. Definitely since Patrick Mahomes stepped in the league. I ain't gonna lie. But dang, I kind of forgot what I want. Dang, I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. I'm sorry, but I know I was gonna get off the note about the scripted part. But you know how hard it is to be in the NFL and be up 17 points and not win a game. You know how rare that is when that mostly happens?
I know it's rare, bro. It's
so when I saw that, I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on. That is very tough.
And it's, I was thinking, I was like, bro, it's really crazy because you only really see stuff like this happen in the NFL. Like, for real, like, throughout history. When you look at college, bro,
I was about to say that, yep.
You don't, like, if a team up in college by 21, 9 times out of 10, bro, that team that's down, they not coming back.
That is very
They not coming back, you know what I'm saying? But NFL, it's like, you just never know. I think it's politics and Vegas money, bro. Betting money that's changing the game like that. You know what I'm saying? It's too many obstacles involved that you playing against. Hell, let alone the refs. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they be the ones really setting in on the scheme of how things going. Because it's been plays where the ref, he's getting away of a pass. Hell, he's getting away of a running back running the ball.
It's funny you said that. And I saw a TikTok on that like a couple days or a week ago about it. I don't know if this was a recent game or whatever, but it was a play when one of the players had intercepted the ball and the ref was running right in front of him and knocked the ball like
I seen that.
And I'm reading the comments, they're like, oh yeah. This wasn't scripted like this. You ain't doing it.
I seen another one, bro, where the ref, he had where the quarterback hiked the ball. And as soon as he hiked, the ref had ran in and grabbed the snap, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. I don't know what the NFL on.
I'm sorry, I'm going off top just one time on this one, but like you said about the risk can be into this, into this bed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was, you probably heard about it, the basketball game with who was it? It was somebody one of the refs teed up one of the players for handed in the ball and gave him a technical foul, and it was a woman by the way.
Yeah.
And you know what someone said? They said these refs need to be held accountable for these bad calls.
They do. They do. Just like they try to hold players accountable for different things. And speaking of that, I was thinking about betting. It was one of these players. I can't remember who he played for. I should have did a little research on it, but they had caught him betting on himself.
Oh yeah, and it happened again. Yeah, it was this year too, right?
Yeah, it was this year. Yeah. Like it's probably like a week or two ago. They caught bro betting on himself, and he had the bets lined up under his mama credit card, but they was all under his name though. So I was like, that was just stupid as hell. But yeah, bro, like they sent him to jail and stuff and all that. I was like, man,
that is crazy. He must probably been like, not a starter, one of those type of.
He was receiver, bro. I can't.
A known receiver?
Yeah, a known receiver.
I heard about it and I seen it, but I didn't really look in too much into it. It wasn't really surprised, but I like.
It's just crazy, bro. Honestly, I feel like you should be able to bet on yourself, if anything. It sounds like a crime, but.
Nah, because if you bet on yourself, you gotta think about it. If you in the league, you bet on yourself, you hurt other people's money. You hurt my money. The fuck? Like, you hurt my money. Like, you telling me I'm betting on you to do this, but you like, nah, I'm betting on myself. I ain't getting no yardage. What? And I got you bet? Nah. Look, I don't know what he's talking about, y'all. Okay.
Hey, I was just saying, I guess it depends on the position. Because if you're a receiver, bro, you just gonna sit up there and be a diva and be like, bro, pass me the ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you gotta get these yards or whatever. But if you're a quarterback, you kind of more in control of what's going on.
Okay, I'm sorry. One more note on this before we go to your next subject. So I seen something on TikTok about Des Bryant. You probably seen it. A lot of people been posting about it.
Yeah.
And it's when he's last year with the Cowboys, and I'm assuming everybody was assuming too that he was speaking on the script thing. Mm-hmm. And it was a game. I can't remember what game they was playing or who they was playing, but he was talking about how he even spoke about it. He said how he knew that it was his last year in Dallas because that game when they were down, he was asking for the ball, and every play they had, they did not want to give him the ball. Even when he was open, they didn't want to give him the ball. Mm-hmm. He had scored one touchdown. He said, ever since that, he didn't touch the ball that whole game, and and he was saying how like he was saying the coach and them like he was saying during the media when they was speaking through the media like y'all wrong, let them know y'all talking about the wrong thing, this is that, and obviously sometimes coaches probably ain't gonna speak about it because at the end of the day they trying to get their money, get paid regardless. It's gonna be a winning situation, and you gotta ask yourself like, is the game even fun anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
well, a lot of that. It's kind of like I was just thinking when we talk about betting, these players kind of bet on themselves anyway because when they get these contracts, and this been the 1 year where I realized the commentator said often, it's like Clowney, he had to get like 9 sacks or something like that to get like a $750,000 bonus. You know what I'm saying? So when he had got that sack, he started celebrating, dancing and stuff. That's still like betting on yourself, bro. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel
that's incentives on your contract, but it's really no difference than you know what I'm saying? Saying, hey, this receiver, he needs to get 1,000 yards this season. He need X amount of touchdowns or whatever to get this big bonus. You know what I'm saying? They say some money is guaranteed, but the main money that you really need don't be guaranteed in your contract or however they write it out. Just because we see this big balloon of a contract that we know this player probably getting paid, he ain't really getting paid that money until he hit them incentives. So you think about it, they could have been hurting Dez Bryant's career, hit that season, whatever, just off the fact that they didn't want to throw him the ball because he needs so many catches to get his money or whatever.
Possible. That's a good. That's
and
a good
that perspective could have just been taken. Yeah, only it's hurting Dez Bryant, but it's also hurting the team because they're losing, and people are like, oh, why Dez Bryant not getting the ball? Because then the next thing they'll say, oh, Dez can't get open.
Okay, I'm not gonna say they're betting on themselves. You gotta think about it though. So you tell me, you tell me if I give you a contract and I say, you know what, you give me 10 sacks, you get about this much money. Yeah. That's to me, that's motivational. That's just like
it is a motivation.
I'm trying to go get this money.
It is a motivation, but when me betting on myself, I know I get 50 yards receiving in this game. That's a motivation too.
But watch this, because you brought a light bulb to my head, and I'm a big movie fan. I watch a lot of movies, and a lot of movies relate to a lot of things, and I believe some of them are notes. What about the movie? What's the movie with Jamie Foxx playing the football? Willie Beeman.
Every given Sunday or whatever.
Any given Sunday. Yeah. Remember the scene when they best linebacker Lawrence Taylor, when Lawrence Taylor was playing that movie, they had him in the office, and they was telling him about his concussion and all that. If he probably take one more hit, he probably die.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I get one more sack or whatever, I get this $1 million bonus. He was willing to get that money.
Yeah. He didn't care what was on the line. He wanted to get the money.
Exactly. But you see how it relates to the actual NFL and what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't never changed.
And then, like we were just saying, you throw in the politics of the NFL and the betting that's going on behind the scene with Vegas and stuff, that's impacting the game too. I think a lot of that, it goes from the top to the bottom to the refs. It's just like when Dez Bryant had caught that pass against the Packers in the NFC playoff game or whatever. And they said it wasn't a catch, but it's clearly a catch, bro. We see bro catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? He never really fumbled the ball in his hand. He fell in the end zone, still had possession of the ball, and then all of a sudden the NFL try to question what is a catch and what isn't.
Yeah, I kind of think that is kind of stupid.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like those kind of things are rigging the game because wild out of the blue, you know what I'm saying? After all these years, now all of a sudden we question what a catch is. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly, bro, if I got 2 feet in and I got possession of the ball and I ain't fumbling the ball and the ball ain't in the dirt or whatever, that's a catch, bro. It's in my hands.
Let's speak about the Buffalo game when Josh Allen did the fake slide to get the touchdown. I feel like he should be fined for what he did because normally when a quarterback go down for a fake slide, most players don't realize, I don't want to take a hit. I don't want to hit him because he's about to slide. He did a fake slide and ran for a whole touchdown. But the NFL, they never said nothing about it.
But on the thing about that slide though, he got to be touched. If they ain't touch him, then he's not down.
No, he didn't. He didn't really slide. Like literally slide. He made it. He went into the motion because I forgot what it was. A college player that did that. He's in the NFL now, he ain't like sold the fuck out that bitch.
Yeah.
But and they supposedly apparently has stopped that, but apparently like these quarterbacks like getting away with that.
Well, yeah, I
like,
do agree. Like I
they
think
use that to
quarterbacks
their
get
advantage.
the whole thing with defense versus quarterbacks right now. How they protect the quarterbacks is ridiculous, anyways.
I think it is too.
How they say you can't lunge at the quarterback no more. You got to make sure you keep your hands out his face. Like it's just too many rules to follow in a sport that's going too fast to really be worrying about how I'm gonna react and get this guy down.
And that's why I say it's all a money game, because then what's the point of drafting quarterbacks, having 3 or 4 quarterbacks on your roster and not be able to pick up a new quarterback from free agency if you can't hit a quarterback and they gonna go down? That's part of the game. What's the like? This is a business. This is a game. Like everything gonna take risks. And if you got the best team, you get the best coach, and the best coach and the best team is gonna win the game regardless of who's hurt and who's not. So you telling me the best player cannot get hurt and it can't be touched? Now, don't get me wrong, I do respect the rule of people being, playing safe. But like we all play the game. We all play the game.
Yeah.
For those who play the game, we knew the risk. Like
yeah, you knew the risk. And then the crazy thing is, as you get on a higher level of the game, the rules just get harder. Like from everything that they taught you in Pop Warner to high school, it's totally different to when you get to college and then you get to the pros. Oh, you can't tackle like this no more. You got to tackle like this. Oh, you can't do this anymore. You got to do it like this. It's crazy. And then they fine you for all this extra stuff too. So I don't know, bro. The game is kind of backtracking as far as like going from a gridiron kind of sport to being flag football. But
I wouldn't want to see what it's gonna look like next 10 years. To be honest,
that's a good question. What is the sport gonna look like? I do not know. But to move on from that topic, let's just go ahead and touch on the Texans season a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm really that's another round of applause for the Texans and D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud, what they did. C.J. Stroud, bro, going to the Pro Bowl. Thanks to Mahomes going to the Super Bowl, but I feel like CJ should have been in the Pro Bowl either way. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been no reserve. CJ was a top 5 quarterback this year as far as ratios. You know what I'm saying? From TDs to interceptions to yards passed. This dude threw 4,100 yards, bro, this season. And they still didn't respect what he brought to the NFL in year 1. And now we looking at the Texans. You know what I'm saying? We won 10 games, 10-7. We beat the Browns in the first round of the playoffs, and we lost to the Ravens. And then I would say this. Looking at the Ravens game and how we played the Ravens and the score, the game was closer than what the score actually would say. A lot of people was like, oh, Texans just got ran out the house. But when you look at the game, it really wasn't that way.
It wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Was there a talent gap? Yes. But there's been a talent gap throughout the whole season with this team. You know what I'm saying? But now that we got a lot of cap room and stuff like that, my question is, where's the Texans going? And, like, what do you think we should aim first for to improve this team?
Well, my two main things that I see is wrong with the team: offensive line, defensive line. Defensive line is not getting any pressure on the quarterback, and the offensive line is giving too many sacks on the quarterback.
Yeah.
I would want to see us, when it comes to free agency before the draft, to make some moves for another offensive line or a defensive player, a top defensive lineman. And if we're not making no moves in the offseason for that, well, what we going to draft? We're going to pick up offensive lineman, or we're going to go defensive lineman first?
Yeah.
Those are the main 2 things I want to see. Other than that, the linebacker core is the third thing I look at. We got some decent, solid linebackers, but I feel like we can be greater at that. I feel like decent and okay is not enough. We need to be great or better. Because when I spoke to you about this when I saw the Browns game we played, I forgot the player name, and I feel like we should get a trade for him because that dude.
You talking about the linebacker they got?
I
know you're talking about, bro.
Dude,
Everybody was talking about this
When I saw how that dude was playing, and I don't know who this dude was, but when I saw how he was playing,
he got an interesting last name, so I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
it's very hard. But I see how this dude was hitting the hole, running through the tackle. Dude was reading it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's the type of linebacker we need on this team right there. That's gonna put our defense where we need to be at if we don't get the defensive line that we want. Because if we get a linebacker like that, and our linebackers improve, we'll get a second line. We get another line, at least good one pass rushing linebacker with another defensive line. I feel like our defense can improve big time.
Yeah. So I would say, just looking at like some of the top free agents that's possibly going to be available, a lot of things about this, I really don't like to look into these things too early. I feel like right now it's still kind of early because you don't know who's going to get re-signed and stuff like that. But like Chris Jones is a hell of a defensive tackle. I highly doubt the Chiefs let him go. You know, they did just sign him for like that 1 year. I think they franchise tagged him after he sat out for like 3 or 4 games this season. Mm-hmm. But somebody like Chris Jones or DJ Reader, which was a former Texan, you know, a nose guard like that, I feel like that's what we need to aim at first. The offensive line, I really want us to improve, but the question is, where do we really kind of aim for? Because we gave Tunsil all that money. We gave Titus Howard all that money. And then, what's up?
I got you. So, 2 good notes you made on that. The Tunsil and Titus Howard, those 2 good tackles, they're pretty solid. Titus Howard, slight injury prone. I feel like he kind of play like a bitch a little bit when it comes to that. But when you speak about where exactly with the line,
it's got to be interior.
It got to be guard. I don't think the centers play bad at all. I agree.
I like Juice Scruggs. I feel like he's a good pillar to move forward with. But I also like Shaq Mason at right guard too. So it's got to be that left guard position. You know what I'm saying? Because we drafted Kenyon Green, and he has not filled the shoes that we thought
about that man.
You know what I'm saying? He done been injured twice. And then we got Kendrick Green at guard too that we traded for, and he was out. So at that point, it's kind of like you said, where do we go? Now I could say this: Juice Scruggs did move over to guard, and he looked good at guard too. But he's originally a center, so he might look better at center. We had Patterson that was starting earlier at center though that we drafted, and he was looking good until he got injured too. So we got to get somebody on the interior and hope that he be healthy.
So another thing I noticed that I'm gonna speak on that is that so the line gave up sacks when it came to pressure. They wasn't looking when it came to the blitz. They was never aware of that. And also, what I realized, we need to find why we need a better line. And I can say we could keep a lot of them. We can.
Yeah.
But the main pieces. But another thing we need to improve on when it comes to the line is also the run game. Because that Ravens game, we couldn't even get the run.
And you know what? I think
they're not good at the run, at blocking on the run.
Yeah, I think they do need to improve on the run game as far as run blocking, but also I think we need an elite running back. I think we need. I don't think I like Singletary as a back.
He's staying.
I don't think Pierce is going to be a Texan in the future.
Yeah, I know we argued about that before.
Especially now looking at this point, he didn't. If you look at it, bro, he didn't even touch the ball in the postseason. If he did, it was like 2 or 3 times.
In the Browns game, I think he touched it.
You know what I'm saying?
A couple times in the Browns game.
Bro went from starting bell cow to special teams kick returner.
Hey, he
and
a big play.
And I'm really hoping, because you know what I'm saying, I got this Pierce jersey that's just sitting in the closet. I thought he was really gonna be the man of the future for the Texans, but I'm really hoping that in the offseason that he can somehow figure out this system. Figure out how to reinvent himself as a running back to fit this system, but I highly doubt it because obviously throughout his entire football career, he's been playing that way, you know what I'm saying, as a downhill runner. So it's easier for him to be traded somewhere where he can be in a power run system and he ain't got to worry about reading holes like the way he has to do in this Texan offense, and then we just go get somebody like Saquon Barkley or something.
I feel like it's a big possibility that he can be traded, to be honest. if the Texans not looking to trade their running backs and they're okay with their running backs they have, then most likely we just focus on the main thing, which is the offensive defensive line.
Yeah.
But if it comes to a trade with whoever they plan on getting or pursuing a pick, I feel like his name would be thrown into that. And I feel that we can at least, if it comes to when it comes to a pick, we can at least get a fourth round, fifth round pick from
Yeah,
him.
it's
Maybe
possible.
a third, maybe, but
I don't think we're gonna get the third. I think
depends
fourth
on
or
what
fifth.
teams. Because I can see him being traded to the Titans. They wanted a nice hard running back who run downhill.
Yeah,
and they wasn't,
but the thing about the Titans though, they got Tajay Spears, and he seemed like he could be a future back.
Wait, the running ain't no such thing as a real number one running back these days, other than you got a nigga like Saquon Barkley
Or Christian McCaffrey.
Chris McCaffrey or a dude play for the Colts. I forgot his
Jonathan
Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
But other than that, like, I can see him going to
So
the Tennessee
let me ask you
Titans
this:
somewhere.
do you think that the Texans will get a free agent running back, or you think they're gonna try to find one through the draft?
Probably find one through the draft. It's less money to spend.
Yeah,
If you want a top running back, you're gonna have to spend.
and you
good.
get some fresh legs.
Yeah, and you don't, and that's way more better. And I'd rather see they probably take one in the draft. And knowing what I remember, if I remember what our draft is, we got 1 first round. We
Yeah,
have 2 third round picks. I'm pretty sure. And
yeah,
I think we have maybe 2 fourth round. So if they looking at a running back, it's gonna be within the 4th or the 3rd round. And when it comes to that draft, that first and third round pick, I really would like for them to find a pass rusher for the
Now,
first
see,
round.
I'm gonna say this.
And take
I
that-
actually think that the Texans might actually get a veteran edge rusher because Josh Allen's gonna be available. Brian Burns is gonna be available, and I love the way Brian Burns play, bro. Like
Okay.
that boy is elite off the edge, and he's quick, he's athletic. Like it's other things he can do. Hell, Matabike might be available. You know what I'm saying? He's had a great season for the Ravens, but like I said, all these guys.
What's these guys' ages though? What I don't, cause Texas known.
Brian Burns is pretty young, and Josh Allen. I don't know how old Matabike is, but a lot of these guys are still young. But like I said, them being young, them being talented like that means 9 times out of 10, the team that they playing for gonna re-sign them. They gonna throw them that bread, bro.
But we got a lot of money too, so then knowing and other things now players look at nowadays, they look at what teams are winning and what teams have a better advantage.
You're right about
Texas
that.
did and CJ Stroud, who the man he was. I really do feel
The
like
Texans,
this.
Houston,
I feel like this offseason, a lot of players will want to come to Texas.
Yeah, Houston is definitely gonna be that destination again. And with us saying that, I see us getting another receiver. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's gonna be Mike Evans or Brown from the Eagles or whatever that everybody keep saying, but I do think it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be able to step in, that's gonna kind of fly under the radar and make impact plays. Because Robert Woods, I think he gone. Noah Brown gone, and Mechie on his last year.
Mechie still got more to prove. He did the last 2 postseason games. He made some plays, and like I said, he had to ease his way back in. It was his kind of like still his rookie year.
Yeah, that's it.
So we'll see. I feel like they gonna give Mechie another chance to see how next year is and how he be with the offense. To be honest, I don't really see them looking too much deep into the receiving core, but they will pick up a receiver though.
Yeah.
And out of those 2 names you end up putting out, I'd rather Mike Evans only because I don't like AJ Brown attitude.
And that's what I said. I had chose Evans too.
See that working well with him comes to with Nico Collins and what's his name and trying to become that CJ Stroud, throwing his energy off and with the team. I feel like Mike Evans would be more of a better fit. And having Mike Evans hit with his height and his size with Nico Collins and having what's name in that slot would be a good fit. And you still have John Mechie coming in a little bit, and you like you said, Xavier Hutchinson might probably can learn from one of them or whatever. So I don't think we're gonna be too big on the receiving core like that. I think they're gonna be focused more on the defensive side and just looking at improving that offensive line.
Yeah, that's a big possibility. The one thing I would like them to add to that receiver room, if they could, is add another speedster, somebody else that can help Tank Dell take the top off of defense. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got two dogs that can do that, bro, that's unstoppable.
I feel like I said, Mechie, not really a speedster. He has some speed. He has speed.
More like a route runner.
He's a great route runner, and he was known for that at Alabama, and that's why I feel like he really could have been drafted higher than what a third round pick he became. But same time, like I said, he got his feet wet in the playoffs, and that was really a big thing because he made some big plays, and he showed what he can do. He showed what he can do. I feel like he's gonna work harder this offseason, and he's gonna be a better factor and a bigger name.
I hope so. I hope so. Because this is what, year 3?
Year 3? Year 2.
Year 2. So, and then Hutchinson, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he improves as well. Because I feel like Hutchinson can really be one of those it kind of receivers. I feel like he can be like a Nico Collins kind of impact player too, with some more training and stuff like that.
I feel like Hutchinson's more of a playmaker. Just like you said, like a Nico Collins, they playmakers in Michigan. And what's his name? Dale.
Dale is just a weapon.
The speedsters and the route runners. Yeah. And I didn't ever watch Dale in college, but before the draft happened, what I like to do is when I see these drafts, they be having their combine and all that. I like to YouTube what they do. Yeah. And all the ones who are the receivers. When I knew we needed a receiver, Tank Dell was somebody that caught my eye in his highlights. I said, man, this guy is somebody we need. I'm like, I want him. And I told you this during the draft. I said, I hope we get Tank Dell. We got him.
Well, I always been on the Tank Dell hype train. So
it came out he's a Cougar fan, so he knew about it more than me. But I saw one thing I do have. I have an eye for talent, and I knew that was somebody who can come out in his first year and be somebody better. Mm-hmm. Now he did more than I thought, just like C.J. Stroud. But yeah, I was right.
So, defense, I do feel like we can improve. Offense too. I mean, it's different parts we can improve this team. I guess I want to wrap up this Houston talk with saying, do you think we do enough in the free agency and draft this year to take like another step forward in the playoffs, or how far do you think we can get next year?
I feel that we'll be putting more time in the free agency more than the draft. I don't really see us having too much of a big draft, and if we if we put more money into our free agency and getting top players and using our money wisely, knowing we still have a lot of good rookies and obviously Nico Collins have to get paid. C.J. Stroud in his rookie contract, we ain't worrying about that. Dale in his rookie contract, Mechie still in his rookie contract, gonna be ended soon. But same time, he wouldn't have to spend too much money. So as I'm looking at it, when it comes to money wise, I don't think a lot of players will be getting too much big money. What's quarterback name? Stingley. Showing up, he'll be getting paid soon. He's gonna get paid. It's gonna be a lot of people on the defensive side getting paid, but I don't think I feel like we're gonna put a lot more money into the free agency. I feel like, if anything, I could be wrong. I'm not saying this will be a thing, but it's possible if we put a lot of money in that free agency, maybe we might trade our first round pick for another first round pick for the next year to have 2 first round picks and get probably like an extra get that second round pick. We already got 2/3 used. That way we don't have to spend too much money in the future for these next players, whatever. And I don't really know how big the draft is when it comes to talent this year.
Yeah, I haven't evaluated it yet, but I was just thinking about something. Steven Nelson might not be back because he was on a 1-year deal and he was already complaining about his contract. So that's a cornerback we might lose. So we might be looking at another corner in free agency.
That's possible, and that's okay. But I would like to see him back just for that. I would do it 1 year again,
bro, I feel like Nelson really balled out. You know what I'm saying? He really did. But at the same time, he is a little up in age,
exactly,
so it's like you don't know if you're gonna get that.
About your contract, like if I feel like if he do leave us, I feel like the Texans will probably throw a 2-year deal with him, maybe like 15 to 18 million. That's still kind of high for a person getting a 2-year deal.
I think you get 1 year, bro. Another year, that's it.
That's what I'm just saying. But like, if they really wanted to decide,
I bring Desmond King back, put him back at the nickel back, and go get another corner if Nelson don't want to, bargain with us. But that's just me. And then the same thing, I would say, same thing about I don't know how many years what's face had on his deal up top at the safety position. Ward.
Jenna Petrie?
Not Ward.
Okay.
Talking about Ward. Because he had been injury prone. But when he did play, he played pretty good. But I probably would look for an upgrade there too.
Mark my words, Texas is gonna have one of the top free agencies this year because me as a player, and I'm willing to leave a team. I want to go Texas, and I see how this rookie did and how well and poised he was. Definitely, if I was a player who played against him, I want to go. I want to go somebody out that look like a leader.
Yeah,
I'm going.
And CJ Stroud is definitely looking like that. So, I think the Texans. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think we probably win about 10 more games because.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't never answer that question.
Because looking at the schedule, like they got a tough schedule. I should have brought the schedule up.
Damn,
we can talk about that next episode.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know they already put it out.
Yeah, they got the schedule out, and the Texans got a top 5 tough schedule, bro. For real.
We got how many prime times?
They haven't said how many prime times we got, but we do play the Cowboys next season on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yeah. We play the Ravens again. I think we play the Bills again. Well, I said again, we didn't play the Bills this year, but we play the Ravens again, the Bills, the Chiefs. We play the Packers. Them some of the teams that I can remember off the top of my head.
They put the Packers in there because with what they doing this year, they want to see these 2 young quarterbacks roll it out. We already know what it is.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's a money thing.
It's gonna be interesting.
But yeah, I'm gonna look at that after this.
Stay fly or get fly like a true connoisseur by getting the Houston Sports Connoisseur apparel. Shop now for 10% off. So, the move on from the Texans to get to the NBA so we can close out this episode. One thing I want to talk about, the Lakers had knocked off the Celtics the other night, and the Celtics had a big win streak at home. Like they had won I think 20 some games or something at home, whatever the case may be. But the Lakers came in there and knocked them off without LeBron and AD playing in the game. So now there's all this hype talking about, if the Lakers go make this trade, you know what I'm saying, and get somebody, the Lakers will be primed to make a championship run. Bro, the Lakers is like 10th in the damn NBA right now, bro. And they talking about one little trade. They number 9. They number 9 in the NBA right now at 25-25 at 500. They talking about one little trade gonna boost this team up to get to the finals possibly and to the playoff race. What you think about that?
I want to say something on that because I'm so tired of hearing this, and it's gonna go towards the NFL as well. What I'm about to say, can we please stop glorifying the Lakers and the Cowboys? Like these teams, like come on, like they won these multiple championships, but these dudes who done it like 20 years ago, Lakers won. Championship 4 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, I put an asterisk next to that one.
But like other than that, can we stop glorifying the Lakers? Like they're not the best. They haven't been the best team in the NBA since Kobe Bryant. Yeah, they won some bullshit during the COVID shit. And I don't really count that as an actual championship.
That's what I'm saying.
But they won it. It is what it is. But they haven't really been a great team since Kobe and Paul Gasol was, the man. Yeah. And when they had Derek Fisher, come on, can we stop glorifying it? Can we put some other teams up top? I'm tired of hearing ESPN with these watered down Lakers, what if Lakers shit,
bro,
what if
the Cowboys and all them, bro, they just all over it, bro.
Please.
So this the other.
I don't watch that shit when they say that.
This the other thing they were saying. They were saying LeBron might be better off being traded from the Lakers.
I heard that shit.
And Stephen A is a Knicks fan. He was like, trade him to the Knicks. We gonna make a championship, get you to the finals, bro. The Knicks ain't going to no finals with no LeBron, bro.
They don't have the
Jalen Brunson and
Jalen Brunson not even a true point guard. You know why I say that? Why? Because I betted on this man yesterday. I bet this man for 8 assists. The man ended the game with 1 assist.
That's
obviously
crazy.
What's his name wasn't playing. So I'm thinking,
Julius Randle ain't been playing.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. So I thought about it. I'm thinking about it as I'm looking at my bets. I'm like, okay, I see Julius. I didn't know he was playing. I didn't know he wasn't. I didn't know he was injured. So I realized he wasn't playing. So I'm like, okay, they playing tough. They still in the game. He's scoring all these points. I'm like, okay, you scoring all the points, bro. But at the end of the day, you gotta get your teammates involved, bro. I don't think nobody on that team had over 5 assists.
Yeah.
I seen one of the centers with 4 assists. I'm like, how the hell he leading assists on the team? I'm like, where's the leadership on the team? Like the points doesn't matter if you're not getting the team involved. You're not being a point guard. Players forget about getting their teammates involved. Players play as I look at basketball nowadays. It's all about the player. They don't play to get the team involved. It's not.
That's because everybody want to be Kobe and Jordan, bro. They want to be the dominant dog, but everybody ain't got it like that.
I say for real, the only guard, and I'll probably be looking at another one I can't really remember right now, but the main guard I actually look at right now that's actually play like a guard is Tyrese Halliburton. Like the dude gets the team involved. He gets the team involved. He still put the points. He don't need to put up too many points, but he has the players he needs to get for them to win games. And they don't have the best players like that. They got Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield,
yeah,
he's falling. He's falling off. Yeah, he's falling off. And I bet on this man one game, and I barely even bet on it, bro. This nigga had 3 points the whole game. He's supposed to get 14 or 12, 11 points. I'm like, how the hell you can't get that? I forgot who they was playing. Because
all he could do is shoot threes. That's it.
But the whole point is Tyrese Halliburton. He gets them involved. He put them in a position where they can score, and that's why they win games. And when he wasn't playing, they wasn't winning games. But other than that, that's what make a team. That's what make a game when you got the right point guard who can put your team in the position.
Well, I think we can definitely agree to say that Van Vliet is a true point guard because if anything, he definitely get his team involved.
He's been doing that since he built the Rock, and I can say that too as well.
You know what I'm saying? But he also know how to take over a little bit
when he needs
and bust some shots
when he needs to.
But I mean, these last couple games, that boy been letting me down. I don't know what he been doing, but he been getting his assists though.
Yeah, it happens.
You know what I'm saying? He been getting his assists. To talk about what else going on in the NBA. We could just go ahead and say Western Conference, Minnesota still at the top. Oklahoma City Thunder, Shai Gilgeous, bro, still balling out crazy. The Clippers is actually probably the dark horse team, or I wouldn't even say dark horse, but the team to probably make the NBA Finals right now in my book because they got the weapons to do so. The Nuggets, I think they're gonna be a first round exit.
Think so?
I think so. Depending, like if they play the Kings, bro, I don't know because Kings been playing pretty solid basketball. If they gonna have that matchup 4 and 5, bro, I could see the Kings probably pulling something off. De'Aaron Fox been playing crazy. The Suns really been letting everybody down. Ever since they made that trade and they got Bill and stuff, ain't none of that really worked out for them. But
Bradley Bill ain't been the same since. Damn, who Bradley Bill used to play for before he ended up going to Washington?
He always played for him. He always played for him.
Man, I don't know. Something about Bradley Bill be throwing me off. Like, I used to see this man shoot lights out.
I'm gonna be honest, bro.
He was with John Wall.
I think the Suns made a move a little too late for Bradley Beal. I think they probably like a year or two off.
Nah, about 3 or 4 years off.
Damn.
Yeah, when he was hooping, like really hooping, when he just started putting up 30 or 40 point games, that was about 3 or 4 years ago, bro. That's when they should have had got him. That's when any other team should have got him. But he only did it for the money, so he stayed with the Wizards. He ain't do it to win. He did it for the money.
Well, I think the Suns might be out of there too. Pelicans. Now the Pelicans is a team you got to watch out for. If Zion can stay on the floor, that's a big if, because the Rockets just played them the other night, and they still lost without Zion, which was highly disappointing. But Zion on the floor, bro, Pelicans is a dangerous team.
Man, I haven't watched too many games. I didn't watch a couple games this year, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see not one game in New Orleans. But from what I know from New Orleans and who they have, they won't make it past the second round, even though if they do win the first round. Pelicans ain't got that dominant. They ain't got that type of man other than Zion. But like I said, he ain't never been healthy, so you can't really say he's gonna be the game changer because he's not healthy enough to play the game.
Well, I'll say this, bro.
And I don't think he's taking the game as serious as he wants.
The 1 year that Zion is healthy, everybody better watch out.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But he's young. And he don't really he played like a grown man, but he act like a kid. What 22, 23 years old?
Something like that.
Like he's not serious about the game. If he was serious about the game, he would be
Get
more
his
healthy,
weight.
get his weight down. Stop letting these women getting away with his money and getting away with how the way he plays his game. Like he young. And we won't probably see the real Zion until he about 26, 27.
Yeah, we might be too late by that time.
That's all.
Lie. You might be too late, bro. Because that boy can't get that weight under control. Shit, ain't no telling what Zion gonna be like in about 3-4 years.
But I want to speak on one particular team, the Clippers. You say they'd probably be a conference championship team?
They can make it, bro.
Man, I don't know. Like, yeah, I see the record. The record, all records can fool you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really see them, boy. I see them leaving out the second round. I don't see them going no further. I don't see it.
Well, let's just say today, if they played in the playoffs, they'll be playing the Suns. You think the Suns can beat the Clippers? I don't think so.
Possible.
It's possible that Durant and Booker can do something, but
I believe so. Cause Booker in the playoffs is a different man. Kevin Durant, that dude, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Kevin Durant. Because he ain't the same Kevin Durant. Obviously, he's up in age, but at the same time, the young Kevin Durant used to be pulling up on a three easy. This dude don't take threes like that no more.
yeah.
I don't think you realize that. He don't shoot threes no more.
I ain't really watched the Suns like that, bro, to really like analyze them. But
you go back to OKC, Kevin Durant. Dude used to be pulling up, shooting threes. His midi game fade.
I will agree. Like looking at KD, you know what I'm saying, over the years, he was more dominant in Oklahoma City. But we could say the same about Westbrook too. You know what I'm saying? And some of that, like you said, could just be youth. You know what I'm saying? But I think when he was in OKC, him and Westbrook had a different mindset on how they wanted to be dominant within the game, but they was also youthful. You know what I'm saying? But Durant game should have translated for him to be even more dominant as a shooter at this point in his career than Westbrook, because Westbrook was always more athleticism, going to the basket and trying to dunk on your ass. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with what you're saying though about Durant.
Watered his game down very, very much. He wasn't really hungry since he won his championship with Golden State, and the Golden State Kevin Durant finals. I'm talking about Kevin Durant, Golden State finals. Kevin Durant was the last time you seen this man be aggressive and take control, because he was calling for the ball.
But see, I think the one thing about that finals Kevin Durant is that there was really nobody out there. It wasn't enough players out there to really guard all that they had, bro. They had so many people that could shoot the ball, and then you had Durant, who was just truly the X factor. So for him to call for the ball, it just kind of made the game easy for him being in OKC, and that's why they really not OKC, but Golden State, and that's why they really just won that championship. It wasn't nobody out there to guard that after you had to guard Clay and Steph and then try to double up on somebody to slow somebody down. And now you look at Golden State though, them boys is 12th place in the Western Conference. I seen this video about Klay Thompson the other day, how he used to be able to call for the ball and stuff, and he used to be automatic all the time. Mm-hmm. Now he called for the ball, he be out there missing all the time. And then all the fans be reacting and be like, ooh, like, oh, like, damn, Clay, like.
Well, we know it. With Clay, to be honest, I can't but comment on Clay other than maybe his age, or maybe that injury really just messed him up overall, and having that 1 year away from the game messed him up. But he played last year, a full year.
But Clay had two knee injuries. I think he had it on both knees.
Okay, that's a little different. So yeah, maybe it's the injury that probably got him that threw his jump shot off. But let's speak on Draymond Green. Dude come back from suspension and act the same fucking way.
Bro, we knew it was gonna happen. We knew it was gonna happen.
Can the Golden State Warriors finally take accountability and say we're done with him and
I'm
move
gonna
on?
be honest with you. When Golden State say they done with Draymond Green is gonna be done in the NBA.
I know that.
And to be honest, with Klay Thompson, he might find one more or two more destinations outside of Golden State.
I say
But
Dallas.
that's possible. I could see him in a Dallas uniform playing with Luca and
Kyrie.
Kyrie. They need somebody like that
Need to
right
make a
now.
shooter. Yeah.
Because to be honest, Dallas been in the eighth seed right now. I feel like they're underachieving. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Luca should be at least about fourth seed, bro, with Kyrie right now. But them other players they got ain't gonna get them there because it's Dallas and nobody
Dallas
wants to
ain't
play
yeah,
there.
Dallas ain't been picking up nobody. Nobody want to, like you said, nobody want to play there. And I'd be surprised if Luka even stay there that long. And he's probably a loyal young dude, so he probably gonna stay there for another 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
But I would hate for him to do that. But same time, I can see Klay Thompson being that piece for them. But also, at this point where you saying Golden State being 12th in the conference right now and being 2024, would you think the owners should say right now, okay, we didn't have our fun. We need to break this team up, start looking towards the future, and start trading out players.
Like because at this point in the season, I think last year they was what they made it far though, right? Last year
They made the first round. They went to playoffs, but they didn't go past the first round. I don't believe.
Yeah. So last year they made it far and they just won a championship with. When they win a championship with a year or two ago, who won last year?
Who won last year? That was Denver.
Denver. So the year before that
was Milwaukee.
It was Milwaukee the year before that?
Yes.
Sure. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Milwaukee. Okay. Remember that's when Suns and then was battling and I was going for the Suns, but that's when Giannis won. Then Denver won. So that year before that, I don't remember, but it could have been Golden State that year before after Milwaukee.
Yeah, it had to be Golden State at some point recently, like the last 2 or 3 years. Golden State won. But yeah, like you said, at this point, I feel like Golden State should break that up, bro, because like we looking at they're 12th in the NBA. They're not gonna get much better at this point. I think we're far enough into the season to see what kind of team they are. They're an older team at this as well, so it's not like they got some young dogs that's gonna get better throughout the season. We seen what Curry can do. We seen what Klay can do, and he's not gonna get back to the point where Klay was 3-4 years ago. And Draymond is just on a decline, and all he's gonna keep doing is doing Draymond stuff.
One thing I wanted to say about that real quick on the Draymond, I feel like that dude has a real mental issue that he needs to be checked on, because when this dude be falling and he get these calls and he be doing these little face emotions, maybe just be tripping. Like, yeah. I really feel like something's wrong, something mentally in his head.
It's possible. You know what? Now is a good time to talk about mental issues, drug issues, and things like that.
Oh man, yeah.
So look, bro. I Uber sometime, and two nights ago, I picked this dude up in Galveston. I was all the way in Galveston. I picked this dude up from a fire station. And he had called me before I got there, and he was like telling me he was at the fire station, which was not the actual starting point for me to actually pick him up at. So I just heard him talking to like the fire people, or the fireman or whatever, and he was telling them that, yeah, I got an Uber coming to pick me up, and stuff like that. And they were asking him about some medications, what medications he had taken or whatever the case may be. He said it was something due to his heart or whatever. But he was just trying to see where I was at. So I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I'll be there in 10 minutes, whatever. I get there. When I accepted the call, the Uber ride, I had some people in the car. I was dropping them off in Galveston at the time. So I didn't get to see where I was actually taking this guy to. But the thing prompted, it said $68. So I'm like, hell yeah. Take him, get this $68. I'm like, yeah. I accept it. I get there, he walking towards the car. He's like, yeah, bro, we going to Beaumont. So,
ain't no way.
You know what I'm saying? I got to take him from Galveston to Beaumont, bro. That's 100-some miles.
Did you take him?
He was in the car. So, because I was like, man, I guess,
That's crazy.
So, he get in the car, and I was like, yeah, how your night going, bro? Whatever, He's like, man, these people got me under attack. They trying to take my soul. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa, bro. So I'm driving. I'm already thinking like, damn, I might have to drop this dude off. And I was already tripping because it's boat month. But I didn't know I was going to boat month until he came out to the car and I hit the thing and start the trip and he said something. So he in the car, you know what I'm saying? We going from Galveston headed towards like Baytown area and stuff to catch I-10 to go east. And along the ride, bro, he started grunting and stuff, like making noise like, and he's like, no, don't kill me, and all that. I'm like, bro, like, I asked him, I said, hey, bro, you good? And he's like, no. And I was like, you don't want to go to a hospital or a police station or something? Like, I'm trying to get you some help. He told me, nah, he don't feel safe going to a place like that. He want to be going to where the destination is in Beaumont, where he'll feel safe. I'm like, all right. So we keep riding and stuff, and then he said, hey man, can I turn on the light in the car? I was like, yeah, sure. Dude, look at his stuff. I'm looking in the mirror. He look at his stuff, and then he just like rolls down the window and throw his bag out the window while I'm driving. And then
I would kept driving. I wouldn't even care. I went, shit.
Yeah, that's all, you know what I'm saying? I just kept driving, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
So I was like, okay, like, so then, like, nigga, at some point, he did that grunt shit again. He yelled. I'm like, whoa, like, bro, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, talking about somebody in the back seat with him and all that. And I asked him, I say, man, did you take a drug or somebody slip you something? He told me he don't know. So it sounded like somebody did, or you didn't took some or something. I don't know. So we get further down the road, and he has to turn the light on again. This time, he throws his jacket out the window. So I'm like,
you was getting close being naked in your car, bro.
so you know what I'm saying? At this point, I look back there. He got this look on his face. He's looking all confused, looking at his hands and all that. I'm like, bro, like I don't know what's going on. So, and you know what I'm saying? I just keep driving. I'm like, man, I hope I can make it for this next hour and a half. I just didn't see it. To be honest, I did not see it. I was like, man, I don't think we gonna make it. Now with this dude, you know, acting the way he acting, but I tried to get him help. I tried to, you know, take him somewhere he didn't want to go. But then he asked to go to the gas station. So I was like, sure, you want to go to the gas station?
I'm already catching you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So when he said that, we was crossing, it was 146 and like a exit or whatever. I was finna get off. He's like, no, don't get off right here. Don't get off right here. I'm like, oh, bro, like, what's going on? He's saying you want to go to the gas station. And so he's like, nah, just keep going. And then I seen another gas station. It was like two trucks driving, and they was driving crazy. And I was about to stop. He's like, no, don't stop right here. Them trucks scaring me. I'm like, what? I'm like,
at that point, I would like, I pulled over and pull my gun out, bro. You got
So I was like, man, let me just keep driving. And it's like, I didn't want to put him out like that because I didn't want him to be thinking that I was going to kill him or whatever. Because he's already, don't kill me, you know what I'm saying? But I did have a plan that I was looking for a police station or a hospital or something, drop this dude off at, bro, you know. But then he asked for the gas station again. And it was like right before I-10 and 146, I dropped this dude, or I stopped and dropped him off at a Exxon. As soon as he got his stuff, bro, out of the car, I looked back, make sure he had nothing valuable, and he went to the gas station, and I left him. And I hit complete trip, and I called Uber and told them about that dude, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, bro, to summarize all that up, man, I just want to say, bro, mental issues is serious. You know, mental health is serious. People, stay away from drugs or whatever the case may be, and watch your friends. Don't let nobody slip your drinks or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Because stuff like that can happen, and they can really fry your brain, and you'll never be the same. Because the dude wasn't disrespectful or anything like that, but he was really on something. He knew he wasn't right, and he really needed help. And I don't know if he was probably belonging to a psych ward or something like that in the past, but I really hope that he made it to wherever he was trying to go, but he just could not make it with me.
I don't play about my drinks, bro. I remember being in Colorado, man. Nothing bad happened to me. I'm just saying, just a little short thing. Had a drink. I had a friend end up buying me whatever, or I bought it. Can't really remember. And I know, like, damn, if I finish this drink, I know I'm about to be really fucked up because I'm already kind of slightly fucked up right now.
Yeah.
And when I decided to go on the dance floor, I'm in a little expanded club. I put my drink down. I went on the dance floor. When I came back, I didn't ever touch the drink. I'm like, nah, my drink been sitting right there. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you put that drink down, you should never go back to it, regardless.
But I remember I also seen a TikTok. A girl actually ended up catching a guy putting some of her drink on camera. Like, she had her camera right there. She had her drink, and the dude was doing something. I think him and his friend, he had like literally put some in her drink, and she caught it. But she also saw it too at the same time. She looked, and she walked away. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, people do stuff like that, bro, and you be messed up like oh boy, and you never know where you at or what's going on, and you know what I'm saying. They try to take advantage of you or whatever the case may be. Gotta watch out in these streets. But back to the basketball, Eastern Conference real quick. Boston still running the NBA. Milwaukee right there. You know what I'm saying? They made their little changes at head coach was crazy. It ain't working out for them. New York Knicks balling. LeBron ain't gonna help them get to no NBA championship if they made a trade. And Cleveland is right where I thought they should be. I would like to see Spider Mitchell make that move.
Cleveland ain't going nowhere as long as they have fucking Jerry Allen, nigga. Sorry.
You must have made a bet on him.
I hate that dude. That dude is sorry.
And then the Sixers, they just lost Joel Embiid once again. He got a torn meniscus or something. Hopefully he can see the floor soon or they figure it out.
I'm gonna comment on that real quick. Of course that was gonna happen. The dude been doing it since last year. That's why I always said they would never go anywhere with Embiid, only for fucking one reason. The dude always needs the ball in his hand. And I would never forget the play when I'm watching this game. And this when James Harden was playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid posted up and literally, give me the ball. Nobody just averages 35, 32 points a game. As a big man, if you just calling for the ball, like at this point, bro, you're really just stat chasing. It's all you're doing. You're not, y'all winning games, you 30 and 17, but you're stat chasing at this point. And at the same time, they ain't building shooters around him. And at the same time, that's why nobody really want to play for Sixers if you think about it. Because Embiid wants the ball. He believes he needs the ball in his hand. And for a person who's doing the average that many points, I know he's gonna get hurt eventually. Like, bro, you're doing the same thing.
In his own defense, every superstar player like that always wants the ball and needs it from the jump, from the start of the play. You think about it like Kobe. Only player that you could think of. I know he's not a LeBron. LeBron's the only superstar that ever been at that level to never really just call for the ball right away. Well, as he got older though, he has. But LeBron, if he get the ball, 9 times out of 10, he probably gonna dish it back out. But somebody like Kobe or Shaq or something, bro, the ball go to Shaq, bro, it ain't coming back.
But as a big man, bro, like, no, okay.
But he that kind of big man though. But I mean, he do got Tyrese Maxey, who's really been making elevations levels.
What I'm saying is, if you got shooters around you, and you have shooters around you, which I know they don't have shooters around, because the only shooters three they have is Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris, and Tobias Harris really not even that great of a shooter. He's not the same player as he used to be. But same time, just saying, like, if they build the team around him with shooters, you can't ask for the ball all the time, because
that's true.
These players has to get their game going and need to get hot. And you keep just calling for the ball because you got this matchup. That matchup not gonna happen every fucking game.
Yeah.
You gotta let your team get involved. And that's why the Sixers would never go nowhere with him. Not saying he's a bad player. He's not. He's selfish to me. I feel Embiid is selfish.
I mean, but like I said, bro, that also kind of plays into the one flaw that every superstar has. They're selfish. You gotta be selfish.
That's nothing wrong. But as a big man, bro, like, knowing how this game is, that's not gonna work anymore, bro.
So, if you was the coach, how would you run the ball? Because Embiid is the superstar player. He's the best player on that team. You gonna always run through Maxey and then Embiid.
No, I will.
Or would you rather go through Embiid and expect him to pass the ball out?
I would want Embiid don't take no more than attempt no more than 18 to 20 field goals. I want him to focus more on rebounding, dishing the ball out when he can to get the players open. Definitely, if I know teams are crashing in on you and they're zoning to making sure that you don't get inside as you want to.
Yeah.
Use your passing skills, get him out deep, or I would try to make it work around to where make him work on his 3-point game. We know he can hit a 3-point. He's not great at it, but I feel like it's one thing he could have been better in his game using the 3-point as an advantage to and open up his game more and open up to spread the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But they never did that. Now I feel like that's one reason why I hardened up because the ball had to always go through him. Yeah, well, I don't get started on that. I don't care. I'm not a hard. I still like. I'm not a Harden fan as I used to be. But I'm just saying like that way that style doesn't work. It wins games, but it doesn't win championship, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much right about that, and it's probably gonna take a specific kind of player to like really match up with Embiid, plus Tyrese Maxey. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that Tobias Harris, him being there, I feel like that's kind of dead, and they probably need to kind of move on from Harris and get somebody else in that Sixers uniform.
Also, I want to speak on the Heat real quick. Just a quick short thing. The Heat did dismantle the whole team. They're not a championship team anymore. I feel like I hadn't seen a couple games just because I hadn't bet on it, and I didn't watch how they was playing. I'm like, man, they have not been shooting well from the three at all. When they're down, they can't come back. Bam Adebayo is having a good season, but they're not winning games. They've been losing more games than they've been winning right now. And Jimmy Butler, it's not the same Jimmy Butler 3 or 2 years ago. I feel like Jimmy Butler's superstar status is downgraded and watered down because he doesn't take advantage. He doesn't take control. He just looked like he just laid back, taking the money, just playing the game as it is.
Well, I would say this about Butler. Well, one, he's getting older. Two, Butler, the one thing that stood out about Butler game that has hindered him from getting a ring, and I'll be totally honest about it, it is his offense. You know what I'm saying? He's a great defender, but his offense is really trash.
Yes, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude doesn't attempt 3 threes a game.
There's nothing about his offense that someone when they got a matchup against Jimmy Butler to be really worried about and be like, man, Jimmy Butler got a great drive game, or Jimmy Butler got a great mid range game. It's not really there. You know what I'm saying? He could do some things, but it's nothing to say that Jimmy Butler is really dominant in, and that's the reason why Jimmy Butler has not got a ring. Him being the number one player on that team that they really depend on.
Not a number one. He's like a number 2 now. Adebayo is really the number 1.
Yeah, I agree. And the only thing that could really truly help that team is a true scorer. And the one shot they had at the ring was last year, or was it last year? Last year. So last year they had they run, but what's the face?
Yeah, he ain't with them no more.
Yeah, dude was hurt. So their main shooters was hurt. So that's what kind of hurt the Miami Heat. But they right there, bro. And you also got to think about this though. The one thing, Miami Heat was like an 8 seed or something last season. They was in the play-in. So you really never know what might happen by the time postseason come around. They might turn something around and get it going again. But
I don't see it, bro.
It'll be crazy for them to dismantle this team though, because they just went to the finals last year.
I don't see it. I feel like Miami should have had a whole different coaching staffs, and like I feel like
Eric Spoelstra ain't going nowhere, bro. He been there all these years. They've been winning with him. He ain't going nowhere. But to turn the page onto the Rockets real quick, done here. Rockets, man, you know, they've been playing good and they've been playing bad. And I'm gonna start with the Portland game. Portland, they should have definitely beat. I mean, the Rockets should have definitely beat Portland. Rockets was at home. They let this bottom feeder team, you know, hang around and defeat them in overtime. And this goes to say that the Rockets have not done well in overtime throughout the season. The Charlotte game was a win that they supposed to have. They took the dub. Brooklyn was another game. They let Brooklyn hang around and didn't defend well and lost the game to Brooklyn in Brooklyn. Rockets, yet again, we're still having the same scenario, same story. The Rockets have not been good on the road yet, and they need to figure out a way to start getting more wins on the road because this is disappointing. I like the win against the Lakers. LeBron, AD, they all played, and the Rockets handled them throughout the game. The Rockets was actually up by like 30 points on the Lakers, bro. So that's why I laughed when they said, "Oh, the Lakers beat Boston, and now they just a player away from probably making a real run." Come on, bro. I don't care if LeBron and AD didn't play. That team is not ready for that. They done. They are done. And to me, LeBron needs to go ahead and be done too with his career. New Orleans, Rockets got handled against New Orleans, and that was a game that I thought the Rockets might have a shot in, you know. But to look into the future, Toronto, Minnesota, Indiana, Toronto again, and Atlanta are the next 5 games for the Rockets. And where do you see this Rocket team going?
Well, I see them going. I don't see us making the playoffs.
You don't?
I don't. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. The Rockets lack defense, and we lack shooters. Mm-hmm. That is the 2 biggest keys right there. We have a okay team, just like how we spoke on the Texans and about what their struggles is. We have a okay team, but what we lack is playmakers, real shooters, and defense. I feel like, just throwing it out there, I feel like, for example, we had a Jaylen Brown on the team. I feel like they'd improve our defense way more better with Dylan Brooks on defensive side.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to shooters, I can't really throw too many names out there right now because I don't want to be saying too much of anything. But I feel like if we can put some shooters on our team is so young, and I understand that's why we're not really winning games. But something's gotta change. Like, I like Segun. Segun gonna stay. I'd rather him stay. Jalen Green needs to go. I don't care if he had a 37-point game.
Green been playing good, bro.
I don't care, bro. The dude needs to go. They just go. We need to go. We need a shooter.
I don't know, man.
We need a shooter. Green need to go.
I don't know. I don't really feel like this team is missing shooters like that.
Bro. We missing.
I mean, they could use another scorer to come off the bench. But I like what Cam Whitmore is doing. He's doing it consistently right now. We get Tari Eason back, I feel like we'll be all right. But the one thing that we're really missing, and I thought that they hit right, was this trade with Steven Adams. But then come to find out, Steven Adams is not even healthy. So we traded Oladipo and 3 second-rounders for Steven Adams.
We did that? That's what it was?
Yeah. And we got Steven Adams who can't even play this season. So, you know, initially I was like, oh, man, great trade. This is great for the Rockets because it fills that one big void, interior defense, which we're lacking. Because Sengun obviously does not have any interior defense. But when we made that trade and we got an injured player again, what was the purpose? So, Rockets, you tell me,
purpose?
Where are we going with that trade?
2 seconds. We gave up what years?
I don't know, but it's 3 seconds and Oladipo.
Why would we get Oladipo again if we had him before and then won him and gave him back? Like,
Oladipo was just somebody they threw in on that one deal that they did. I forgot who they had traded.
The get for Oladipo and get a Steven Adams, which who's up in age and could be retiring maybe next year. Possibly.
Adams only 30.
Oh, really? I thought that dude was older than that. Nigga seemed like he been around for like 10, 15
He did,
years.
but I looked him up. When I looked him up, he's only 30.
I thought dude was about like 36.
So that's why I was thinking. I
I
was like, man, Adams, that's a good get. But when I found out he couldn't play this year, I'm like, what was the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, what they made a trade for next season?
Man, what the Rockets like is spending fucking money. They never been big on spending money since James Harden was there. And I feel like, I don't know if they spent so much money and did bad with trying to reconstruct their team around him to where they probably could be in the cap hole. I don't know that for a fact because I don't pay attention to the Rockets and what they're doing like that. But like they need to learn. They gotta spend some money. They gotta spend money. Like, yeah, we trying to build with these young players, but we're not. We haven't really been picking well ever really in the draft in a long ass time. So like, is it like I don't know, bro.
I'm gonna say this. You know, I was thinking about where the Rockets at right now. You know, as far as the team and stuff, and then I looked at the Texans. Basketball is easier to rebuild, you know, in as a team and be competitive. And the Texans and the Rockets pretty much was sorry at the same time. Like they lost they shine around the same time and went through the same grind to try to get better at the same time. And to say that the Texans is a year ahead of the Rockets and all of that turmoil, you know what I'm saying, to go to the playoffs is pretty ridiculous.
A year ahead?
They're a year ahead.
I get a little more than a year ahead. I get probably 5 years ahead of them right now.
You know, I think
shit.
I mean, maybe, bro. I don't know, but
being a little too nice right there.
I'm just saying, bro. They're a year ahead as far as making the playoffs. I think if the Rockets miss this year, the Rockets most definitely should make it next year, just based off of cap money and talent.
I would love to see that. I haven't been happy for the Rockets since 2020, I believe, when they could have made.
And they made the little bubble.
Yeah.
No, that was
that
was 2018, bro. When they could have made the final.
Okay.
2020 was when they was in that bubble and James Harden and they had Westbrook and they didn't do shit against the Lakers.
Yeah. So it wasn't 2020. So it was 2018 when they played against Golden State. I haven't been a Rocket. Well, I am a Rockets fan, but I haven't been supporter of the Rockets since then. Because since then, I don't know. We just been downhill with the organization. So
the Rockets is fumbling the bag, and man, hopefully they can get on the right track. Maybe they need to call the Houston Cougars, because the Houston Cougars are number 4 in men's basketball, and they continue to dominate these good, solid schools. They just beat UT, and they just beat Kansas State as well. 2 solid teams, and now they got Kansas tomorrow night or tomorrow evening, or you know, I would like to say, and that's another big dog. Big 12 basketball is the best out there, and U of H seem like they the best out there as well, because they knocking off all the big dogs that everybody call respectable in basketball, and they continue to do so.
I like what Houston Cougars doing basketball-wise. I know they've been doing it for the past maybe 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
I like that improvement. I love to see the Houston teams do pretty well. I would like to see, the Houston football team be more better than what they are.
Yeah.
They've been doing better over the years, because back then the Cougars wasn't shit. You could even, I used to say, they probably make 25, and you'll see next game later, you just see them drop back down. But they've been improving over the years too. But the basketball, I'm very supportive of what they've been doing. So hopefully one day, they make it to the Final Four and win one. They
be right there. They be right there. But I will say this before I wrap it up. I was so glad to see them knock off UT in Austin. You know what I'm saying? Horns down, people. Horns down. Because UT got away with that cheap ass victory against us in Houston in the football game. So it's nice to just be UT and stump a mud hole in them every once in a while. So looking forward to Houston continue to win and win out. But other than that, man, that's all I got here. You got anything else?
Nah, I ain't got too much to say now. I said everything I need to say.
Oh yeah, I got something to tell you. Hey man, you either gotta get fly or stay fly, bro, and get you some Houston Sports Connoisseur apparel, bro. You know what I'm saying? But hey, thank you people for listening. It's been another great episode. Haven't been that long, I hope so, for y'all. But for everybody's sake, we on video and we showing y'all our faces and we out there. So hey, if you see one of us, hit us up.
Man, I'm always good to talk about sports. Next one to talk about my Texans, I'm gonna give you a talk on it.
Yeah. Appreciate it.